I knew that something was wrong. I felt it. I mean, I wasn't close enough to hear anything, but the parents that were right there next to him were telling me that they heard something pop. As soon as he went down and it was more than 2 minutes, I knew something was wrong.
Oh God, he slipped.
Let's get it! 1, 1, 8!
Here we go. Hey, clap it out. Hey, we're back on offense. Everyone together needs to go get water. I'm tired of guys sitting by themselves doing that. Everyone together gets water. I don't care if you drink it or not, but you should be drinking water, Pele. Let's go. Who's it out? Us. Everyone goes together. Let's go.
Ooh. Oh, geez.
Everyone goes together to get water. Let's go.
Bro, watch that.
What? It's not my fault. I can't like make it magically be 100%. Wish I could.
What? Famous. Huh? Famous. Famous? That's this guy, man.
Was I player of the week? No.
Yeah, you should.
Did I have interviews?
Hey,
No.
You got 100% completion
No.
rating. Yes, you do.
Yeah.
You the
No.
real MVP, dog.
Nah,
You the real MVP.
How many touchdowns? 6.
Me?
Yeah.
You got 7. Stop lying.
On some of our double teams, we're getting our heads buried, okay? And we're not picking up the linebacker. Also, you have to be mindful, if you guys know that it's Indiana hot, and you guys are tagging on this guy, and you're tagging to the outside linebacker, stop, go back, you're fine. Just step to him. You know that you're tagging to this guy, right? This dude steps up on the line pre-snap, then you guys need to communicate so that you can just get him. Because what's happening sometimes is that we're not getting that guy, okay? Or the linebacker will shift this way. You guys are going the other direction. You're supposed to tag to this guy, and your head's buried because this guy comes late, and then this is the dude making the play. I can give you several play numbers from last week where that happened. All right, let's go. Line it up. Set, go. Good.
What's the plan of attack for this week?
Well, they're gonna be looking to pay us back because we knocked them off 2 years in a row. They went back to back, and then we knocked them off. That would have made them 3 times. So now we're in a situation where they're in. Game plan wise, I mean, they always want to spread you out and run inside. They want to take their inside receivers and run straight down the field on you. So our game plan is to pretty much jam that guy, and that way he doesn't reveal himself to the secondary until late. So we got a good game plan in. We just got to go out and execute. I think if the defense can finally steal some points and score some points, we'd be all right. 'Cause they're not really explosive this year. I've watched them earlier. I'm glad that I've seen them because now I have a little more perspective. Sometimes when you see teams on field, you're like, oh, wow. But I mean, they got wow factor, but it wasn't like, whoa. So we match up pretty well.
He will throw a marinara at you.
Who does he think he is?
Injured reserve. Injured reserve.
Yeah, he must be good, huh?
No.
Nah.
Not at all. I'm weak. So I had a contusion on my left antibular ankle.
Can you explain to me what that is?
My ankle.
Because I didn't even know Max until this year. Because remember, I didn't step in for Coach Spears until team camp, and by that time Max had already gotten hurt. I mean, just as soon as the season was over, he was in the weight room nonstop. I had never even, because during the season he wasn't around, I'd never seen him. But once the season's over, he was in the weight room. He was first team meeting, first everything, and then from that point on, I got to know him a little bit more and more and more, and each time he just kept coming. Football IQ, you could tell he was missing. He missed a year, and you could tell he was knocking the rust off, but he knew how to play, knew how to run routes.
Dang.
Here's that one. Mm. Yeah, I mean, like I said, there's pictures, but they're like deep in freaking the suitcases. I haven't been able to bring them out. I can't remember how old he was, but he was probably about 5 or 6 years old. He played flag football in Lakewood somewhere. And when I first watched him, I was like, okay, he has the love for the game, or he actually enjoys himself out there. But I think one of the best times I witnessed was when he played for the Huskies with the Black Hills. And I think he was playing running back, and he ran the ball from I don't know how many yards, and I remember him, like, people were trying to tackle him, and he did some moves like that, and the kid flew right in front of him, and he kept going. I think that stuck with me. And I'm like, oh, maybe Willie is gonna continue to play ball.
I mean, I pretty much just realized that, like, football was my getaway in high school. After all the work just started flooding with me worrying about grades and all that, and the people that I surround myself with, I figured that football was my getaway, and I can always just practice, perfect my craft anytime I needed, like, something to do. I had a really good off-season last year coming out of freshman year. I had a really good off-season. I really wanted to try and make varsity because of all the hard work that I put in. But then right before the season started, I got moved up to varsity, but then during the passing league, I was running a route, and then my knee just gave out, and that was just probably one of the worst days of my life.
I knew that something was wrong. I felt it. I mean, I wasn't close enough to hear anything, but the parents that were right there next to him were telling me that they heard something pop. But as soon as he went down and it was more than 2 minutes, I knew something was wrong. Like, something terrible was wrong.
It turns out that I had a tibial plateau fracture on my right knee.
It was hard. Just seeing him in a lot of pain and seeing him cry while they were trying to get him out of the field, it was hard. I didn't know, I wasn't sure whether he was gonna come back from it, or that was gonna be it. That was gonna be the injury that's gonna stop him from playing ball ever again.
It was hard. It was really hard. During the times where even before the game started happening, I was just devastated. How I knew my season was over, because right when the injury happened, I knew that I wasn't playing no more. So that's when all the emotion kicked in.
Well, that was actually the more challenging part for me. I know physically he's young and he can bounce back from an injury. Mentally, I was concerned that he was missing out. He was missing out on a lot of activities, hanging out with his friends, doing what he does, you know, just being an outgoing kid. I was concerned that he was gonna feel down and not want to do anything. So of course, I push him. I would tell him to get up. He needs to get up, go shower, get up, just walk around, do something. Just don't just stay in the room. I try to talk to him as much as I can, and just make sure he was talking to us, telling us how he's feeling and what's going on in his mind. Max knows. Every time I always tell him, you should stop, you should quit. It's not that I want him to quit, but I want him to know that I'm worried about him, to know that I'm concerned. Every time he comes home and says, oh, my knee feels a little, I feel a little pain in my knee today, I tell him, you should stop, just stop. That's how hard it is, and because I know he loves the game, but I still tell him that, you should quit, just don't stop playing, because I don't want to see him hurt. I don't. no one does for any of their kids. I don't want to see him go through the same thing again. I trust him with his decisions, and I trust him to know who he can talk to. Like I always tell him, if you don't feel comfortable talking to us about anything, just, you have a group of people, and you know who those people are. His team. He has friends who don't play the sports, but they're very supportive of him. Those are the people he knows, and I trust that he can talk to them about anything. I don't know if Max loves his brother as much as his brother loves him. So I don't know if his little brother will ever be as competitive or try to be competitive towards Max. But I try to bring it up, especially when it comes to school. Or like last night when Max scored a touchdown, I told Martin, see, you should be able to get a touchdown on your game when you play Shelton. And he just laughs. Like, I don't think he feels that way towards him, because he adores Max, and I think most of the time he takes care of Max.
Yeah, it's always been like that. He's my little brother, so I always have to be the example, and he looks up to me too, so that kept pushing me every single day through physical therapy, practicing, and just trying to get stronger for this year.
I love it when my husband tells me, oh yeah, he's a mama's boy. That's your baby, even though he's older than Martin. Yeah, I love it. I'm lucky because I grew up that way, and I raised my boys to be that way with each other. I have a younger brother who's 3 years younger than me, and that's like the same age gap between Max and Martin. My brother and I we're really close, so they know that too. So I try to instill them in their minds and in their lives that they have each other. They should take care of each other, always. I always like to watch them during practices, during games. I always I feel good about them being together, hanging out after a game, or off the field. The way they carry themselves with each other, it's a good thing. It's gonna be hard. I've already talked with Max about that too. We don't know what next year will bring, and we know that a lot of good players are gonna leave after the season. So it's gonna be more work on them who are gonna be seniors next year. It's gonna be hard seeing seniors graduate and move on, but that's just how it is.
It's just, the term family really relates to all of us, because we all have the same goal. We all work hard together on and off the field. We really look out for each other. We watch for each other's actions, make sure we're always focused, and obviously all of us have everything we're going through every single day in life. But what I really love is that throughout everything, we all come onto the field. We're all together. We have one goal, and that's just to play football together. My family means everything to me. Everything I do is for them. My mom, my stepdad, my brother, my dad, my stepmom, they've sacrificed so much to be where I am today. I'm just truly blessed to have them in my life. I wouldn't be where I am without them.
He said something during the season that no kid's ever said to me before, that I just realized, like, this kid might be one of the nicest kids he just looked at me and said, Coach, I appreciate you. I'd never in my 12 years or 13 years of coaching had a kid just say that to me. I've had lots of hugs and loves you and just, Coach, I appreciate you. And that just says a lot. I mean, it says a lot about him, and I have him in class, and he's great in class, and he's fun, and he's just so polite and so fun to be around, and that was probably the one thing that he said to me that I'll always remember from Max.
I told you this yesterday.
What is it, like, what do you do? Oh, it's starting to get really uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Take this. I suction it to your skin. This is gonna hurt because there's not oil on it, and I move it up and down. Well, that's because I didn't move it.
Okay, no, hey!
Suction this, and then I move down, but it's not going to move.
Is that what gives me, like, the bruising?
No, that's what gives it the
does?
bruising.
Oh, that's
But
not
this
fun.
takes it away. So when you just do that, technically you're doing it wrong because all you're doing is just raising it and then letting it all just flush back into your system.
Get a hug? I don't even get a hug.
Oh, heck no. I can't move, otherwise I would, but like.
Can I move it?
No!
No, stop. No.
You can flush it if you
No,
want.
stop. Actually,
What is
no.
that?
Please don't do
With
anything.
those.
Don't do anything yet.
After it's done.
Can I like?
No,
Wait,
don't.
like-
No, actually, no. Please don't.
Why is this? Jamin, I'm being so serious.
Jamin, stop. Jamin.
It's better for you.
All right. Please just.
That shouldn't hurt.
Tight.
Stop!
Oh, heck no.
Alright, so walk it out. Have a good night.
Why y'all doing this to me?
Are you?
Trying to get out of here at fun. What? Just ask the question. I'll answer it.
Jackie, you gotta go!
Are you gonna be right? Are you actually playing this?
Yes, I'm actually playing this week. Don't worry, guys. I'll be in.
It's been pretty chill. As far as like injuries and stuff like that. Although people have just been getting sick. I think it's just getting that time of year. Kids aren't taking care of their bodies and that sort of stuff, so they're sick. So yesterday we had a few out that were sick, sent home, but other than that, doing pretty good. I think it'll be fun, see how the guys do on the road, and they don't have that home feeling, so it'll be a good like test of their true abilities and play somewhere other than home.
Really two things. Their D-line and linebackers are fast, so we just really need to neutralize their strength, sometimes by running at them, sometimes by running away from them. And their defense in the defensive backfield moves around a lot, and we just have to know where they're going and be where they're not. Probably number 30, he's an outside linebacker. He comes and he really kind of brings heat when he comes, but our whole plan is to run at him, make him make decisions, make him be wrong a lot. That's our plan.
All right.
If you don't get one.
Okay, listen.
Okay, let's go.
It's the little things that add up the big things. Why do you think I've been telling you guys, go to water together? Go to water together. Do this together. It's the little things that add up. Newsflash. We have not arrived. Beating one team and putting a smack on them doesn't mean we've arrived anywhere. You have to come out every single day, every single week, and prove yourself. You have not proven anything to anybody. And if you think you proved it to yourself, you better check yourself in the mirror. Tonight, make sure you're hydrated. Just because the parents aren't feeding you doesn't mean you go eat crappy. Get good proteins and good carbs in your stomach. Lots of water. Stay away from the dairy. I mean, chocolate milk's fine because it replenishes your proteins, your stuff like that. But make sure you guys are eating good tonight. Go to sleep. Some of you guys are starting to get the sniffles. Some of you guys are getting over colds. You got to get better. It's just another game for us. You need to control your emotions and go in there and put the smack on them. Coach O, do you got anything?
Just tomorrow, first time we go behind enemy lines. Okay, we've been at home for the most part. Hey, be dialed in. Don't expect you to be focused the whole time, but when we touch down and we get on that field, it is going to be a hostile environment. Know that. But you're going to have to make them quit tomorrow. They're going to be angry tomorrow. They want to pay you back. But I can guarantee you, once you start stumping, they will quit. Because they're going to go, oh, here we go again. Back to what we used to see out of these guys. All right? Tomorrow is a business trip. Have that mind. Tomorrow is about business. We're not going up there for the barbecue. We're going up there because it's about business tomorrow. It's about making a statement not only to them, but to everybody in our division. Everybody will know, okay, our name. And a man without a name is like fire without flame. Nothing but smoke. So tomorrow, remember, rest up tonight, be easy, be confident in yourself, but tomorrow's about business.
I took a video.
What's going to happen today, Peter?
Dr. Art
We're going to win this game.
Principal Dave Goodwin and Athletic Director Ross Cook. Welcome again.
What's the score going to be?
I don't know. 30 to 29?
Green socks on the players.
Or 30 to nothing.
On the jerseys of the players and coaches. These
I like it.
represent Peninsula High School's commitment to raise
You like it? Yeah.
and funds for
So, your first road trip.
Yeah.
How was it?
Good. Would have preferred a coach bus over a school bus, but it's good.
Wasn't up to your standards?
That's okay. It's okay.
Okay, so
School bus was fine.
in a perfect world, Sam would have what?
A coach bus. Yeah, with food. Yeah, and air conditioning on the coach bus. It was hot on the school bus.
So you have to ride back.
Yes, with some smelly players. Those windows are going to be open. And I have to sit next to some people too, so then it's going to be even worse. Windows down.
During pregame, what typically goes through your head when you're trying to get ready for a game?
Just making sure we got guys in the right spot. If there's anything I need to try and get them to adjust to, we got all our adjustments in, but it's always just trying to make sure everybody knows what the adjustments are. I think teams' DNA pretty much dictate what they're gonna do, and there's only so many variables that they can do anything to affect what you do. So that's my mindset, is making sure guys understand the play sequence, how it's going to go down, how it's going to play out. I look at it like a playlist. You get into a flow, and even the play callers, they get into a flow and what comes next on the dance card. So that's what I try to get them to understand. That's what I think of. I've actually been really good at not trying to put too much in and not overthink it. I think I've been really good about that because I've been here so long, I've been here with Nick and just how we do things, and yeah, I don't ever try to overthink it. I try to keep it simple. Like last week, we ran two blitzes. So if I can beat them with my base stuff, I'm happy. I don't have to send pressure if we don't need to. So I think that's gonna be the same thing today. We don't have to send pressure. We match up well, we just gotta do our job.
Right when you step on that track, that cage is open. It's time to eat. Like we said back in school, this is the easy part. You guys deal with hard stuff every day. Walking through those lines is your release from reality. Treat it like that. Play together, have fun, do your job, and enjoy the role you have on this team. Because everyone serves a purpose.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is John Jensen with Sound Sports Net, welcoming you to another night of Blazers football. Tonight, the Blazers are on the road in Purdy to take on the Peninsula High School Seahawks. Both the Blazers and Seahawks are looking to take over first place in the South Sound Conference, and with a win tonight, either team can do just that. Kickoff is coming up shortly.
Game day.
snapper, so that's good. Actually, way more scoring than I thought was going to happen between the both of them, but starting fresh second half, and I fully expect to stay in the lead the rest of the game. Yep. Killing it.
They're just not executing, and they're in their heads. Their heads were too big, and now they have a game, and they need to get out of their heads and do what they need to do. End of story.
The back coming out or not?
Yeah, well, I'd rather you attack the mesh point. Check the back on the way to him.
All right.
So anytime they go 2 back and we drop you in the kill box, you're free to go and read anything come to you. You want to see if he's giving it. If he ain't giving it, you just go.
Yeah.
holding?
Time out. Time out. Time out.
Dead ball foul on sportsmanlike conduct.
Come on, go.
Timberline will go for 2. Final score this evening, Peninsula Seahawks 28.
And with that final play, the Seahawks edge out the Blazers in a hard-fought ball game. Final score, Peninsula Seahawks 28, Timberline Blazers 27. This is John Jensen with Sound Sportsnet. We'll see you next time.
Hey, you fought the whole game. You were challenged in the second half. This one stings. I get it. But you've got to be absolutely proud of the way you played and how you played and how you competed. So I'll tell you right now, we left probably about 21 points on this field because we didn't come out the way we're supposed to, the way I know you guys can. But look, all your goals are still in front of you. This league is crazy this year. Anyone can beat anybody. Gee, you have one day to feel bad because then we got to roll on Monday. All right? We need everyone. Everyone was a collective group, man. That was a great collective group. That's the first overtime game we've had since I've been here. And you guys could have folded when they scored. But you battled, you fought, you kept going. Guys, one play, that's it. It's not one play doesn't make a game. I'm telling you, you played an amazing game, and you need to be proud of that. All right? Hey, tomorrow we got film at 9. Then you guys are back home. Fellas, I am very proud of the way you played. It's gonna sting. Our goal is to play what? In the playoffs. It's good to get a league title too. But no one remembers every year if you're a league champ, year after year. They remember what you do after week 10. All right, let's go. I love you guys. Get up and get a break. Let's go. Everyone rides the bus home.
One team.
Tough loss. Tough loss. We had opportunities. Just got to execute, man. We can't worry about what everybody else is doing. We just got to execute. We got a lot. Whew. It's going to be, that one's going to burn for a while.
That's one for the ages. Don't let them decide what kind of team we are.
No one is going to beat us if we do what we're supposed to do.
We don't need to talk a bunch of yay to prove who we are. We've proven it.
He tried to go for your knee again.
Yeah, and then the play before that, he got my pitch man.
Don't talk about it, be about it.
He's talking the whole game.
You're getting respect by using your pads and your mind, not your mouth.
We just need to come out this half knowing that we're the dominant team and just be who we are.